Hello, welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. My name is Michael, and this is your reading for February the 6th. I was listening to a lady speak today on a video, and she was talking about the energy that people are feeling right now and what they're expressing, and it's all over the board of how people are interacting with what's going on. And she explained that there are a lot of people right now that are awakening, and they are not sure of what's happening. It's very confusing for them. So their energy is going out there in the collective, and you're probably picking up on that too. So really pay attention to that. If you have someone that comes in and starts talking to you about how they're feeling about something, ask more questions about it. Don't just say, it's in your head. Really ask some questions and get them to hopefully open up a little bit about it, because they may be going through an awakening and they do not know what's happening. It's very confusing for them. And it's going to be a time of a lot of crisis for some people, because it may be contrary to how they've been raised. And they're at a crossroads and they don't know what to do, and they feel like they're all alone. So really be there for them to help them through this time. The lady also went on to describe that how it kind of feels for a lot of people as if they are going through a dark night of the soul. It's that heavy of an energy. And there people are saying, I don't understand what's happening. Everything's going well, and I just have this sense of dread, and all these things are coming up, all these emotions, and I don't know what's happening. So she said it can feel like a very overwhelming collective dark night of the soul. So that may be what you're picking up on. I know I certainly am. It's been very confusing. It's like, am I depressed? I don't think so. I don't know of any reason I would be. Everything else is great, but why am I feeling this way? So it was really nice to hear that, a different perspective on that, because I thought that resonates with me very strongly. Also, keep in mind that on the 12th of this month, not far away, we have the full moon of February, and that's the snow moon. Called that because it's the month when you usually get all the snow, but it's also a very intense energy. So if you're feeling very scattered right now, this energy is good to bring in with the full moon to try to bring order in. And it's falling in the sign of Virgo, and it's known for organization, for health, for service, to others. So there's a lot of energy pouring in right now. And this is a time moving into this full moon where we want to focus on things that we've been neglecting. That can be conversations we just wanted to avoid. Maybe it's time to have those. Or also, it's time to speak your truth on something you've been holding back. And this is going to give you that energy and a little push to go forward and do that. So it's a time of heightened emotions. You're probably going to have a lot more dreams. And keep in mind that with the full moon, the energy starts coming in days ahead and last days afterwards. So there's a whole window. So we are certainly moving into that. So you got a lot going on right now, and it's going to be dark feeling. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be intense. So allow those emotions to work through you. Don't try to suppress them. Let them out. If you find yourself suddenly in the middle of Walmart crying, just cry. Let it go and move on. And people will leave you alone because they're like, wow, they're having a really bad day. And they have probably no idea, but they're probably having one too. So just keep all that in mind. For this reading, I'm pulling just tarot tonight, and I'm starting with old style tarot for the main card, just to find out what is happening right now with the collective. And the card that came out is interesting because this came out, I think, yesterday or the day before, and it is the Five of Cups. This has a real feeling of sadness to it. This is a card of heartbreak. It's emotion. It's just really sad. And this can show up for so many reasons for people, for you out there. It can be something that you have it's just the rug's been pulled out from under you. It is. You've worked so hard. You had your heart set on something and it did not work out. And you had everything planned, gone. And now you're like, what do I do? There's this real sense of loss. It's an emotional loss over something. And that's the Five of Cups. So when I pulled that, I wanted to pull some clarifiers. Of course, there's always more cards. And for for the clarifiers, I'm pulling again from the Unveiled Tarot. I used it in yesterday's reading, and I really like this deck because it gives the pop outs of two different versions or two different sides of something that maybe we're seeing and ignoring, or maybe we're just not seeing them at all, or maybe it's kind of the reverse of what we don't want to do. So there's many ways that these show up in a reading of the energy you get. So the first one is, okay, you've had the heartbreak, the Five of Cups, and what now? Well, what came out is the Page of Pentacles. Now, this is actually really cool. This shows that whatever maybe you're heartbroken over, there is another opportunity either coming your way or it's already here. So if you look at this card, you see a big chunk of rock and you have the sculpture there in front of it. And in the little pop out, you have a beautiful statue. So this can go either way for the collective, depends. It could be something that the sculptor sees what the rock can be with the work, what it can turn out to be, and he's admiring that. Or he or she, I don't know which, or it can be that it's in front of them and they just can't see it. They can't see it for what it can be. I want to take the second one because that's the strongest energy I get from this. I feel like you have something that is in front of you, and it probably showed up just before this happened or about the same time. It's like another option here. And it's possible that you were so set in your mind of what this was supposed to have looked like that you're not seeing anything else. You put everything into this, all your energy and effort, and it didn't work out. And now you're just kind of stuck. You're heartbroken, of course, but you're like, I don't know what to do. It's just shattered. What do I do? Well, with the Page of Pentacles showing up, you have something that's there. And the page it's a younger, more immature energy. So it could be whatever this opportunity is, and it's pentacles. So this could be success, something that's going to bring you more security in your life. You're going to feel more calm and safe. Whatever pentacles means to you, it can represent that. But because it's a younger energy, it could also be an opportunity that you know is going to take some work. It has to mature. You're going to have to put some effort into it. It's possible you're so tired after this that you're like, I just right now don't want to do that. That could be a mistake because you could be missing something absolutely beautiful here if you put a little bit of imagination into it and a little bit of effort. Because if you put any effort at all, when we are presented something, whether it's an ace of something or a page of something, whatever it is, if we put any effort toward it, the other side immediately steps up to help us. They're just waiting to see what we're going to do. It's an opportunity. It's like, you're going to take it or you're not. It's up to you. You have choice there. But if you decide to step forward in any way and put in any type of energy, they're going to step up and help you with that. So pay attention to whatever it is that you're heartbroken on and what might have shown up at about the same time, just out of the blue, and really look at that. So the heartbreak, the disappointment, some type of a new opportunity. If you decide to move forward, how do you do that? And that's the next card. And this is the King of Pentacles again. Now, this one showed up in yesterday's reading. And I read it a little differently yesterday based on what I was getting in the reading. This time I'm going to take a different approach as well, more along the standard lines of how this card would be interpreted. But you want to take leadership here. You want to take control of this one. You want to be the master of it. You want to rule it. You need to step up and say, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a plan, a goal, and I'm going to look for long-term sustainability with this one. And I'm going to do everything that's right. I'm going to put a lot of determination and effort into this. I'm going to make this work. And I believe you're going to be very surprised and happy. Now, on this card, you have the breakout. And I read this differently yesterday for a reason, but on this one, the breakout is he's standing there. The King of Pentacles is standing there, and he's in front of he's like gambling. And this, for this one, it's saying it's worth the risk. It's going to feel like a gamble to you. Like, do I not? Do I do it? But listen to your intuition on this. If you're feeling led and drawn to move forward with this, do it. It is a risk, but it's going to pay off. The King of Pentacles is very savvy and very wise with the money, and looks like the Queen of Pentacles does, looks at the long-term effect of things. What effort can I put now? It's going to be some pain, but what is going to be worth the biggest gain? What is going to give me that long-term security that I'm looking for? And that is what this is coming forward for you. The long-term sustainability. It's just a chunk of rock. I mean, you could easily say, I don't want to do anything with it. I'll stick it in my garden, let the birds live on it. It'll be pretty. People say, what a beautiful stone. And it would be a beautiful thing, and it would definitely decorate your garden. But what if you, even little pieces at a time, you started carving away on that big stone and you turned it into a beautiful masterpiece and a work of art, a masterpiece that's based on your thoughts, your ideas of what you want it to look like. You can shape it any way you want. So the King of Pentacles would take that risk and say, this is worth my time and my investment of energy. I'm going to do it. Now, so if you do all of those things, you say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to cross that threshold of fear, put my disappointment behind me, and move forward. What do you have to look forward to? And that's the last card. And I'm going to say ahead of time, you're welcome, because I love you. It's the Sun. This is a great card to end with. It's the Sun. This shows that when you take those steps and you take charge of this, you are going to receive a lot of clarity. The sun's going to be shining. You're going to get full clarity on what you're doing and the different steps ahead. And it's going to lead to your success in whatever this is. If you do it right, if you play your cards right, you take the right risks, and you are thinking about your goal, your dream, not anyone else's. And that is key on this. Not anyone else's, but yours. This inspiration, or this page, this new thing coming forward, this communication, whatever it is, it's coming forward for you, is for you to take charge of and turn it into a sunshiny day, because you can do that. And that is your reading for the day. I hope that you get something from this. Thank you so much for following me on the metaphysical journey. And I hope you have just an amazing day, because you know what? You are an amazing person. You matter. You make a difference. Never forget that. Bye.